Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to penetrate the highly secured archive inside the Kremlin and retrieve Cobalt's file before he can destroy it. As always, should you or any member of your team be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions.
What's up everybody, ManBearCow here. You may have picked up the quest, The Sacred Flame, from Zongen Stonehoof on the high rise of Thunderbluff. When you pick up the quest, he says, the Galak Centaur in the Thousand Needles are protecting an artifact from the time of the Centaur's creation. We would like to retrieve it, but we require a phial of water from one of the Night Elves' moonwells. To collect the water, you will first need to obtain one of the phials carried by the Dryads near the Rainwood Retreat in the heart of Ashenvale Forest. There is a moonwell near the western bank of the Falfarin River, south of the main road, where you can fill the phial. Return a filled etched phial to Zongen Stonehoof in Thunderbluff. This is a quest chain that begins by sending you to Ashenvale. Your first stop will be at Rainwood Retreat. It's somewhat in the middle of the zone, and you can take the main road towards Fellwood to get there. When you get there, you want to defeat the Dryads, known as Laughing Sister, until they drop an etched phial. It shouldn't take too long. I got mine on my first kill. After you received the etched phial, you need to fill it with water from the Moonwell. If you've done the Ashenvale PvP event, you should know where the Moonwell is. This is where the Horde fight the final Alliance boss of the PvP event. For those of you that missed Phase 1, just follow the main road from Rainwood Retreat south. When you reach this point here, just west of the river, you should see an unmarked road heading south, and this will take you in the general direction, but you will want to head a little bit east to find the Moonwell. If the PvP event is going on, you may see the Alliance boss standing in front of the Moonwell. But don't worry, because I was able to walk around behind the Moonwell and fill up the phial without aggroing the boss. And I really don't think you have to click on anything either, because I believe if you just walk close enough to the Moonwell, you will automatically receive the filled etched phial. Now we can return to Zongen Stonehoof in Thunderbluff, where he says, once we have the filled phial, we can send it along to my associate, Rao, in the Thousand Needles. He was the one who requested the phial of water, so he'll better know how we can make use of it. Turn in the filled phial, and Zongen will say, very good, this should fill Rao's request just fine. Could you deliver this to him? You might enjoy spending some time out in the Needles. Turn in the quest, and then you can pick up Part 2, which is basically a quick delivery to Thousand Needles. Bring the filled phial to Rao Cliffrunner at the Freewind Post in southeastern Thousand Needles. You can get to the Thousand Needles by taking the Great Lift at the southern edge of the Barrens. I wouldn't be surprised if you can help us out further. Alright, so all this part of the quest requires is a quick flight to Thousand Needles. But what if you haven't been to Thousand Needles yet? Well, in that case, your first stop will be at Camp Tarajo. From Camp Tarajo, you will follow the main road south until the end of the Barrens. At the end of the Barrens, you will find the Great Lift, similar to the elevators at Thunderbluff. Then you will continue following the main road south, which will eventually curve towards the east. Follow this road east until you're almost smack dab in the middle of the zone. On the south side of the road, you will find another set of elevators which will take you up to Freewind Post. Here you will seek out Rao Cliffrunner, who hangs out inside of the hut. Speak to him, and he says, yes, this phial of water will serve our purposes perfectly. Because of the shared ancestry of the Dryads and the Centaurs, the water of the Moonwells will enable us to breach the protection of the eternal flame surrounding the Centaur relic. Turn in the quest, and then we can start Part 3. Using the water you brought, you will be able to temporarily douse the flame that holds the Centaur relic. It will not work permanently, however, so you will have to be quick about it. You will find Splithoof Crag, the Centaur's stronghold, to the north of here. The flame is kept in Splithoof Hold, a heavily guarded part of the crag. Be careful though, the Galak Centaur have great numbers here, and will be rather reluctant to surrender something so dear to them. So now we will retrieve the Cloven Hoof for Rao Cliffrunner at Freewind Post. You also may want to pick up the quest Pacify the Centaur from Cliffwatcher Longhorn, because you will have to defeat some centaurs in order to reach the Sacred Flame. Once you've picked up both quests, head to the cave due north of Freewind Post. The entrance to the cave is surrounded by a camp of Galak Centaur. Work your way towards the entrance of the cave, defeating any scouts, wranglers, or wind chasers that you find along the way. When you enter the cave, hug the wall to the left. Follow this pathway until you reach a chamber in the back with a pool of water. At the back of this chamber, you will find 2 level 30 centaurs guarding the Sacred Flame. Now the centaurs in this cave will respawn quickly and can easily overwhelm you. I tried to complete the quest at level 30 and had difficulty until I got some help, so you may want to wait until level 32 or level 33 to complete this. You technically don't have to defeat any centaurs in order to complete the Sacred Flame. All you have to do is be able to reach the Sacred Flame and click on it. Here you will loot the Cloven Hoof. Once we have the Cloven Hoof, we can get the heck out of this cave. Once you're out of the cave, you can wrap up Pacify the Centaur by defeating any Gallock Centaurs that you still need. Once we're done with that, we'll head back to Freewind Post. Talk to Rao Cliffrunner in the hut, and he will say, "I am eager to put my hands upon the Cloven Hoof. Have you taken it yet?" When you give him the hoof, he says, "I sense a strange energy emanating from the hoof. I have no doubt that we will discover surprising new information about the centaur from its study. My thanks. Now I must begin to decipher the mysteries you have brought to me." Now you can choose your reward between a bow or a leather belt. And this brings us to the end of the Sacred Flame. But if you picked up Pacify the Centaur, then we can walk outside of the hut and speak with Cliffwatcher Longhorn. If you've defeated all of the centaur necessary for the quest, he will say, "For my gratitude, this is for you." You will receive some gold and some silver, and then he will give you another quest, a quest called Grim Totem Spying. He says, "You have served us well in the past, so now I entrust you to an important mission. The Grim Totem clan is up to something secretive. 3 agents of unknown origin were seen visiting the Grim Totem over the recent weeks. We discovered that separate chests in Dark Cloud Pinnacle hold these guarded messages. If you succeed in this dangerous mission, I will reward you in kind. Locate and retrieve the 3 secret notes in Dark Cloud Pinnacle." Now what could these Grim Totem be up to? Something mischievous, no doubt. Well, my friends, I think that mystery is going to have to be solved in another video. So if you're seeking closure on this journey, you're going to have to watch my next video, the Grim Totem Spying Quest Guide.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Ethan.
If you found this guide helpful, show us some love down below in the comments. And you might want to consider joining the channel with a monthly membership. Memberships begin at $2.99 and are a great way to show your support. You can also earn exclusive perks like early access to videos before they're released to the general public. And in Phase 2, we're definitely going to have a lot more runes to discover. And you're going to want to follow this channel so we can help you find those runes. So do yourself a favor and smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we release new videos. This is Man Bear Cow signing out, saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.